When it comes to improving your videos and movies, one thing that's important is having stable clips. Now there's a bunch of different ways you can do that, and in this video we're going to be checking out 4 of the most common. And those 4 are fixing it in post with computer stabilization, using a shoulder rig, a GlideCam like this, and a computerized 3-axis stabilizer. To test out these 4 pieces of equipment, we're going to be doing 3 different tests. We're going to be standing still, we're going to be walking, and we're going to be running. And we're going to compare all 4 of these and see what is the best option for you, what you're into and what you're looking for, and what is the best way to stabilize your video.
For our shoulder rig, we're going to be using this basic one from Amazon. It has a couple of features like a follow focus and a matte box. We're not going to be using that for this video, but they're all pretty much similar, but just so you know, that is the one that we're using. And we're also going to be using a cheaper, more simple version of the GlideCam for our GlideCam. The functionality again is the same and they should be pretty similar, just the price. And then finally for our computerized stabilization, we are going to be using the Osmo Mobile. All of them are pretty much similar, especially if you go through DJI. But if you have something like a Ronin, it's going to work exactly the same and your video should look pretty similar. Taking a look back at the results, I definitely do notice a difference and see the weaknesses and strengths of all of them. For a handheld, it's really great if you're just doing very smooth walking or if you're standing still. But once you get moving a little bit faster, the video just really falls apart and it's hard to really save something like that. I think the shoulder rig is also really good for standing still, and if you're walking slowly, it might also work as well. In our previous short film that we made, I used that for running. Now, it did work, but it was a little bit bouncy. But then again, that was kind of the idea I was trying to go for with that shot. For the GlideCam, these things are really hard to get balanced properly, and especially because mine is a cheaper version. I noticed a lot of bouncing around. It was very smooth, but it was kind of floating around. They're hard to work and get balanced, so that's something to keep in mind about that. And then we have the wonderful gimbal. I absolutely love the thing. It's so amazing. You don't even think it's moving at all when we're just standing there, and it's just so smooth. That is by far my favorite one out of all these things. If I had to pick one of these, I would definitely go for the Osmo or Ronin or something similar to that. They just work really well. They're so smooth and fluid, and they're so versatile as well. You can't do angled shots with the shoulder rig and the GlideCam, where there's a thumb controller on the Osmo, and if you get a Ronin, there's an external controller where you can adjust the pan and tilt. So I don't have to move at all, and I can control the positioning of the camera. If I want to get a higher or lower shot, I have to physically move my body, where with the Osmo, I can just use my thumb and control the camera. But there you have it. Those are some of the best things you can do to stabilize your video. You can take all this into consideration and pick the favorite thing for you and the look that you're going for. Personally, I prefer a gimbal, but if you're going for something with a little more bouncing and shaking, the shoulder rig or a GlideCam is also a really great option for you. Whatever you do, don't go handheld, and you should probably at least use something.